Good morning and once again welcome to my YouTube channel, Pearson and Excel International Maths by Mr. Kamotho. And in this video, I want us to explain integration by substitution. We are still looking at Pure Mathematics Book 4 and we are on page 76. And we want to discuss example 7, which is going to give us more practice on substitution or integration by substitution. And in this question, we are told that use the substitution u is equals to sine x plus 1 to find the integral of this expression cos x sine x bracket 1 plus sine x close bracket cubed dx. And one thing you should be able to know is that we have to get the integral of the whole thing, which is the cosine of x, sine of x, bracket 1 plus the sine of x cubed dx. And in our question, we are told that use the substitution u is equals to sine x plus 1. And the moment you take that to be the substitution plus 1, obviously we are expected to find what is du dx. And incidentally, our du dx simply becomes the cosine of x. If you look at this and cross multiply, you'll find that our du is going to be the cosine of x dx. It goes without saying. So we are going to substitute cos x dx with du, and of course, because we have cos x dx, which is du, then we are going to remain with sin x, which we must write it in its right form. And of course, we know that since u is equals to sine x plus 1, and because after writing cos x dx in terms of du, we're going to be left with sine x, then we must be able to know what is sine x in terms of u. It goes without saying sine x is equals to u minus 1. And what we are having is something that looks now substituting everything. Integral is going to be sine x, which is u minus 1. The integral of this sine x, which is u minus 1, of course 1 plus sine x is u itself, that is u cubed, and then the cos x dx is du. I hope this is clear, because we have expressed sine x in terms of u to be u minus 1, and we have to write cos x dx in terms of du. This is also very critical. That part is quite important. And u is sine x plus 1, which is just inside the bracket, so we don't have to bother what is this going to be. But cos x dx is the one which is going to be du. So we were left with sine x to find out what it was. And because we found sine x is u minus 1, so we're going to have sine x, which is u minus 1, multiplied by u, which is 1 plus sine x u cubed, of course cos x dx, which is du. And it goes without saying, now what we need to do is to simply open up the bracket before we integrate, and this is multiplying everything by u power 3 is going to be u power 4 minus u power 3, of course now du, and that is it. At that particular state, then we are able to integrate, and the integral is now going to become u power 5 over 5 minus u power 4 over 4, of course, plus a constant, because it is not, it's going to be after this particular point, at this status. Now we are able to integrate, which is giving us u power 5 over 5 minus u power 4 over 4 plus a constant, because it is not a definite integral. And at this particular point, we only need now substituting the u back. And at this point, we say substituting back u in the integral. Substituting back u in the integral, we have substituting back u in the integral, we have the integral in this case is going to be since u is sine x plus 1, is going to be sine x plus 1 raised to power 5 over 5 minus sine x plus 1 raised to power 4 over 4, of course, plus a constant c, as we have just said. And that is the end of the story, and that is as far as example 7 is concerned. Once again, sign into my YouTube channel, subscribe and share widely, and let us move together. All right?